So welcome one and all for the unit 2, which is management. Today we'll go through this topic: line organization, staff organization, and the matrix organization. So let us see first of all what is the line organization. Line organization, as the base of it, it is the oldest one and the simplest method. The simplest method is like एक सिंगल वर्टिकल है, बहुत आसान, बहुत सिंपल. अथॉरिटी का जो फ्लो है टॉप टू बॉटम इन ए पर्टिकुलर फैशन, इन ए पर्टिकुलर कंसर्न है, विच इज क्वाइट सिंपल. जो सिंपलेस्ट वन या ओल्डर वन कह सकते हैं हम, किसके नीचे कौन है, सिंपल एक वर्टिकल है. और जो कमांड है, एज आई नो, एज यू नो, टॉप अथॉरिटी बॉटम को देता है, तो टॉप से बॉटम इन ए सिंगल लाइन चल रहा है. और कोई इसमें बाइफर्केशन नहीं है कि इनके नीचे ये 3 हैं, उनके नीचे 4 हैं. एक के नीचे एक के नीचे एक के नीचे एक करके चल रहा है. सो इज द सिंपलेस्ट वन, एंड दिस इज द रीजन this organization is calling as a scalar organization, because it has only single dimension. It is not divided or subdivided into 2, 3, 4 and all. Now, और एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन पार्ट भी इसमें काफ़ी आसान रहता है. इस तरह की ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में जो लाइन ऑफ कमांड होता है, that goes with a natural flow without any gaps in communication and the coordination which is going to take place between the top one and the receiver end. So what was the features of the line organization? As I told you earlier, it is the simplest form of the organization and the oldest forms also. Second one is the line of authority flows from top to bottom, which is the natural process, because in nature also top से चीज नीचे ही आती है due to gravity. Here also the gravity works in the form of work. And the third one is the specialized supportive services do not take place in the organization, because if we include the specialized one or the support services, the hierarchy will be different. It could not be the scalar one, because उसमें फिर एक महकमे को हॉरिजेंटली भी फैलाना पड़ता है. वर्टिकल जो हायरार्की लेवल होता है वो दो तरीके से बनता है. एक वर्टिकल लेवल होता है सिंपल स्केलर फॉर्म में, और एक होता है वेक्टर फॉर्म में भी होता है. वेक्टर मींस, या उसको बोलते हैं हॉरिजेंटल हायरार्की. एक के नीचे 3, फिर उस हर एक के नीचे 3 3 4 4, इस तरह से वो हायरार्की इस तरह से भी मेंटेन की जा सकती है. सो दैट इज नॉट हियर इन द पिक्चर of line organization. So next point is like single direction के single direction में work हो रहा है. So it is easy to maintain the system and independently decision ले सकते हैं एक एरिया में. ओके, 26. Okay, now इस तरह की organization will bring the efficiency in communication first of all. So because there won't be any dependency, it will be one-to-one communication. So communication efficiency is the best here, and this could give the high stability also, because once the communication is not proper in any organization or any hierarchy system, then stability of the system is also a big concern. So that things are not here in the line system, which is the simplest and oldest one. So these were the things. Now let us go through the demerits of this system. Now the demerits is the, जैसे we have studied कि specialized work अगर हमको कोई करना हो, या supportive services हमको किसी एक डिपार्टमेंट को दूसरे डिपार्टमेंट से देने हो, तो that is not possible, because hierarchy is quite vertical in its structure and it is not expanded in a horizontal fashion. So that kind of a specialized and supportive services we cannot expect from this kind of organization. Now the merits of sorry, demerits, what we have merits we were studying. We have seen the features. Now we are seeing the merits of the organization. Now, for seeing this merits of the organization, uh, we know many of the things. First one is the simplest one, and the second one is the unity of command. Second one is the unity of command. Just a minute. Okay. Now, first one was the simplest, and the second is the unity of command. Unity of command meaning command will come from one boss only. Otherwise, what may happen if there are a number of bosses or bosses more than two, so you won't be getting the single command at a time. You may get many yeah, number of commands in a in an at the same time. Rather, simplest one is the same time you may receive more than one command, and now it is your jurisdiction that which one to perform, you know, prioritize yourself that which one to perform first. And this happens, the clash between the work and the understanding, or rather I can say the uh, the officials. Now the better discipline, since this is a scalar this thing, so there could not be a chance of even indiscipline kind of a thing, because it is one-to-one communication and fixed responsibilities. Yes, everybody knows their responsibilities, and since it's a single chain process, so there won't be any clashing between the मेरा responsibility इतना ही था, मेरा उतना था, so there won't be anything. Now the flexibility is like it's up to an individual. If flexibility allows, then one can help in another's area also. Now the prompt decisions, yes, prompt decisions can be taken very frequently here, because there won't be much people to decide or confuse the things, है ना. लाइक एक मूवी में हमने सुना था कि अगर किसी डिसीजन का कचरा करना हो तो टेक इट टू द पीपल हु group of people who sits in the corporate. So that is not here there is no group at all, so it's a single chain process, so decision making is very prompt here. Okay, so things are a bit easy here, but it has certain demerits also. What are those demerits? These demerits are over reliance. You will be dependent upon a single person only. Now the line's executive decisions, उस लाइन का जो एग्जीक्यूटिव होगा उसका डिसीजन जो होगा, that will be implemented, implemented to the bottom, and the results is maybe those officials will be completely lying over that line officials only, so though they won't listen any other thing. And, now another thing is lack of specialization, as we have discussed, because there could not be a specialized work in the same. No. So there won't be anything specialized, because it's a scalar chain process from which flows from top to bottom in a normal flow, and so and hence there is no scope for specialized functions. Like for example, expert advises whatever decisions are taken, that would be taken by line managers only, and that will be implemented the simple way. It's okay. Now, the policies and the strategies which are framed at the top are simply carried out in a similar fashion, and this doesn't allow any scope for communication from the other end. This means higher end is the instructing end and the lower end is the receiver's end, and there is no kind of a scope between the communication, what could be the better one, what could not be. So this kind of thing. Now another thing is Another thing is the authority leadership. This line follows the officials, which has tendency to misuse their authority, since there is no kind of a group who is collectively taking the decisions about any particular matter. So the misuse there can this can be happen. This can happen that authority may misuse the positions, that also may lead to autocratic leadership or the monopoly in the concern, because nobody is there to restrict if the decision goes against against the futuristic approach of the company or the future of the employees. That also counts in the futuristic vision of the company. Okay, this was the line organization. Now comes the line in staff organization. It is the modification. Now, now this line and staff organization is the modified form of line organization, and little bit it is more complex than the organization we have studied, that is the line organization. Here the this is uh, administrative organization which has some specialized and supportive activities attached in the command line, by by appointing the staff supervisor and some specialized staffs who are attached to the line authority. So the power of the command always remains in the line executive only, but the staff supervisors will guide whosoever is attached with these line executives. These staff supervisors will guide, advise, and counsel also towards the finalization of any decision. This helps in the एम्प्लॉयज के लिए भी अच्छा है, और कंपनी के फ्यूचर के लिए भी बहुत अच्छा रहेगा. So this can be like a personal secretary to the MD. It's a staff official, but many of the times that person who is uh, personal secretary or the personal attendant uh, in office hours will help in managing the many of the work, or prioritize many of the work of director. So this way it will be a better tool which helps and give the edge over the line organization. So this can happen at many of the positions at line managers. Okay, now comes, let us see the diagrams associated with it. This is the line and staff organization. At the top, we have a managing director, and under them, we have dropped this in three, that is production manager, marketing manager, and finance manager. So under production manager, there will be a plant manager. So there are three this thing lines. It's not a single line. It's like managing director हो, फिर एक manager हो, फिर दूसरा manager हो, फिर तीसरा हो. वो single line नहीं है. Here we have three parallel lines and three top bosses of different sections which reports to managing director, and he also has a personal secretary or PA, what we call, to manage his task, whom to meet, where to meet, how to meet, what to talk, what to not to talk, or any letter drafting, this thing, minutes of meeting preparation. So it's a complete package of association with a managing director or the position at the top. So this helps in expanding the authority on the horizontal end. So there comes the plant supervisor under production manager, and similarly market supervisor under marketing manager, and the chief assistant under finance manager. Similarly, under these another positions, plant supervisor have this foreman, and market supervisor has salesman again with them, and similarly chief assistant have accountant with them. So this is a kind of a structure which is little bit broadened on the horizontal dimension also. So this is line and staff organization. Now let us go through the merits of line and staff organization. What extra we have achieved in this is like here we have two types of staff. Number one is attendants. It's like assistants is like PA to managing director, secretary to marketing manager, yeah, staff supervisor to operation control manager or quality controller or PRO. Another could be like since it's a compromise of line organization, so it will be more complex kind of a line concern. It's a line complex organization in line with line organization. So the and the third one is division of work and specialization could take place here definitely. This was not available with line organization, but the division of work and specialization will take place definitely in this line and staff organization. Now the whole organization is further divided into different functional groups where we have specialized staff which is attached with all the managers, all the line managers, I could say. And the definitely efficiency will be enhanced and be achieved due to these features of specialization. Now we have two lines of authority which flows at the same time for a particular concern, which is line authority and staff authority. Line authority was the main scalar line which we have studied in line organization, and these staff authorities has attached with main line authorities to simplify their work or burden available with them. And the last one is power of command remains with the line executive only. Staff people are there to serve and उनके काम को हल्का करने में उनको हेल्प करेंगे, चीज़ों को रिजॉल्व करने में काम करेंगे. So these were the major features of the line organization. Now let us go to the merits of it. merit is like एक तो लाइन एग्जीक्यूटिव्स जो है उनको थोड़ा रिलीफ मिलेगा बिकॉज उनके साथ स्टाफ एग्जीक्यूटिव्स या स्टाफ अथॉरिटीज अटैच हुई हैं, तो दे विल डेफिनेटली resolve the work, simplify the work for them. Now in the form of this staff authority, they can have an expert advice because these people are specialized for a particular kind of work, and this kind of benefit of specialization we will be getting definitely. And किसी भी बात पे अगर दो लोग बात करते हैं तो चीजें उभर के आती हैं और बेटर होके निकलती हैं. सो बेटर कोऑर्डिनेशन में हैपन, उसका पॉजिटिव एंड जो है वो कोऑर्डिनेशन अच्छा होगा. कोई चीज छूट रही है, नहीं हो पा रही है, तो वन में click that this is not happening in a proper time or a proper place or a proper person. So that could be, that could be a positive edge. And the benefits of research and development, though the this kind of advice of a specialized staff, the line executive and the will get time to execute the plan. And मतलब उनको जो सिंपली बोले ना, तो उनको थिंकिंग टाइम मिलता है, उनको थिंक करने के लिए टाइम मिलता है, बिकॉज दे आर दी बिग शीप्स. और बिग शीप्स को जितना ज़्यादा टाइम बेटर ऑप्शंस के लिए मिले, तो डेफिनेटली दे विल थिंक मच बेटर. और इसके लिए उनको जो स्टाफ अथॉरिटीज हैं वो दी गई हैं. सो दिस विल डेफिनेटली गिव दी a positive edge to the things. Now, another thing is training. So, due to this presence of these staff, specialized staff, their expert advice, as I told you, will help further to uh, train the employees in the same line at the lower level. So this expert advice will come from those staff specialized people only, and this will help in training the people who are at lower end or a receiver end. Now the next point is balanced decisions. So how it will be balanced, because the factors or the kind of a specialization which is achieved by the line staff or staff mana, which is attached to the line managers. So those helps in bringing the coordination between the line official and the one who is at the receiver end. So automatically relationship भी update मतलब improve होगा, और decision जो होंगे that will be on the balanced side. And the unity of action is like uh, unity of action is basically the resultant of unified control. Now, the control and its effectiveness definitely will take place due to the coordination which is present in the current concern. So, this line and staff authority, all the this thing officials will have independence to make out their own decision and serve the effective control as a whole entrepreneur of their area. So this will be improved again. Now it has some demerits again. Everything or every situation has some demerits, or we can say some limitations kind of thing. Now, first one is lack of understanding. Now, how it will be lack of understanding? In line and staff authority so organization, we have seen two authorities flowing at a time. This could result in the confusion between the two. So as a result, worker may not be able to understand whom's whom's to whom to follow or whom not to follow. Yeah, who is their commanding authority. So the hurdle of effective running may appear here, क्योंकि स्टाफ अथॉरिटी भी कई बार उसको लीड करने की कोशिश करेंगे. So this could happen here. Okay, now lack of sound advice. Now thing may happen that line official get used to take the expert advice of a staff, or dependency जब उनकी बढ़ेगी, तो it may happen that line managers may be used to it, and this may affect this way the efficiency of running of the enterprise also. Third one is like line and staff conflicts. So, since there are two authorities flowing at the same time, so designation, status, influence, sentiments, and some other kind of relations can pose a distress in the mind of the lower end, or I could say the employees, which leads to minimize the coordination. मेरा इसका इससे अच्छा कैसे वाला हिसाब हो जाता है, that hampers the concerns working. And costly in terms, we have since we have added these staff specialized people. So for a particular position, I could say, because that staff is a part of that line manager position, so the cost of that line manager will increase due to the separate addition of this staff specialist. So this will be financially costly to the company. And next is like assumption of authority. So power of the concern is with line official or line manager only, but the staff who is associate, may happen that that staff authority may dislike it, or they are could be one more in mental work also. This could happen. And the next is like staff steals the show. Now how it can happen that in a line and staff for organization, the high returns are the high returns may be considered like due to the staff advice to the line managers and counseling also. So this could happen, and this could lead to, line managers may feel dissatisfied, and they may appear themselves in distress regarding this concern, and the satisfaction of the line managers, the core line officials, will be very effective for the performance of the result performance results, I could say. So these were the demerits of the line and staff organization. Now we have another last topic with us, which is matrix organizational structure. Now, what is exactly this matrix organization structure, and how it is different with line organization and line and staff organization? Let us go through it. Now, this matrix organization is basically it's a structure inside the company in which reporting relationships are set up as a grid or a matrix, or rather little similar as in the traditional hierarchy. Just a minute. A matrix organizational structure, which is a company's structure in which reporting, the relationship is used in a matrix form rather than the traditional hierarchy we have seen in line organization, or sometimes in line and staff organization also. So in other words, employees will be having a dual kind of reporting relationships, normally to both with a functional manager and a product manager. I told you in my previous company, in my when I was in industry, it was like I was reporting to my design manager also, and the product manager also with the product development managers, and most of the time we sit together to conclude the things so on what matter, what we would have to do, because product manager will have the sales data, and product development manager will have the sales data as well as the field reports also, or the uh, new options if they want to launch in the market. So these data will be received from the product development manager and product manager. So this way, uh, this will be the input for us like design people. So for design part, I'll be reporting to my design manager. So this kind of a organization structure is called a matrix organization, where a person has to report more than one boss, sometimes more than two boss, two, three, four boss, and different kind of report or data can be given or handed over to the different authority. So this is kind of a matrix organization or matrix organization structure. Okay, so it's a bit a complicated one because the reporting structure has increased for the person who is at receiver end. It has its own advantages and disadvantages also. Like we can have an example also uh, in 1970, this has happened in Philips, a Dutch multinational, which was a Dutch multinational electronics company, set up in matrix management with their managers reporting to both geographical manager as well as a product division manager. That's what I told you. So they were reporting to more than two bosses or more than one boss. Many other companies like Caterpillar, Tractor, Hughes, Aircraft, Texas, many other companies in ours also Apollo Tires was having the same kind of matrix organizational structure. Nowadays, this is in trend to use matrix organization structure. Now it has certain advantages associated with, because this metric organization is preferred instead of choosing for line organization or line and staff organization. The geographical or product line management has both staff report to functional manager, which will help in with their skills, and helps to prioritize and review the work to a product line manager that gives the direction on product offering by the company. So these were the resources can be efficiently used, expertise in equipment production, and projects can be formally coordinated across these functional divisions, and information can be flow across and up through the organization, and employees will be in contact with many people, and information and data sharing will be at the higher end. So it was not staff members has to work in autonomy, and do some self management between the competent bosses here. Now it has certain disadvantages kept in, because the middle level management have since middle level management has a multiple supervisors, that could be confusing most of the time, and it may increase the work level, because you have to report to many of the bosses. So you have to all the reporting bosses has to be on the सेम टेबल और सेम फ्रंट लाइन, बिकॉज अगर एक के साथ बैठ के हमने कुछ अपडेट किया है तो दैट नीड टू बी कम्युनिकेटेड टू टू अदर पीपल ऑल्सो. So this way communication will be increased, otherwise miscommunication may lead to bigger failures, and that definitely will cost the huge to the company. So the middle level management may become frustrated, and due to the lack of clarity, or sometimes lack of prioritization may appear in front, and middle level management also may feel like overburdened, and like what to prioritize, what not to. This could happen because every boss will prefer to have their work completed first. So this could happen. And it could create a difficult condition to achieve the result sometimes in a particular condition. So this could be the disadvantages. If this doesn't occur, then this will be a kind of a vardhan of metrics organization, uh, metrics organization, or metrics organizational structure. So this was the part of today's lecture. Hope you have understood the things, and hope you have understood the things. And we have only 1.5 minutes left with us. If you have any doubt, you can ask me now, or better, if you can rethink over the topic and can ask the questions in the next class itself. Okay, thanks for attending the lecture. If you have any doubt, you can ask me in the next lecture also. Let me call it a day. Thank you.